All right, how's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a good day. Uh, Turn my AC down here a little bit. What you doing for lunch today? I got some canes, good old canes. Get the three finger combos. Pretty well a perfect lunchbox. Uh, yeah. Lots to talk about. Uh, just kind of want to go through some things I've got going on. Want to discuss some plans I have, some transitions and shifts I'm going to be making. Got a lot of big ideas. Got a lot of big ideas. I've had several ideas that I've been trying to work on for actually since the beginning of the year. I've got one really big project that I've uh, I've been wanting to do and I've been trying to do, and uh, I've just not put enough time into it, and it's something that I think is really gonna help a lot of you guys. Um, how you doing, Archer? I see you there. I'm doing good. I'm tired. It's been a long summer. We still got a couple of months left. I'm tired. Yeah, it's been hot. I tell you, this heat. It's another hot summer. It's not, we had a hotter one a couple of years back. I think it was in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, or 2020. One of those two was just a little bit hotter than this, but man, this one is pretty close to it. The health is definitely improved. I still have a coffee issue. I can drink hot coffee at this point. I cannot drink cold coffee still. Yeah, I've tried here and there, and I get a few sips in, and I gotta I just it's a mental thing, right? That just my head. Yeah, you like when you push yourself to the point of a heat stroke and stuff like that, like you do create literal traumas for your body that even though you may want it, you yeah. Anyway, um, so the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about my upload schedule. So I'm gonna have to back off for a while. If you haven't noticed, and I've had actually several people mention it, but my uploads have been a lot less than they were for quite some time. I was doing a lot of short form stuff. I was even getting some podcasts going. I was getting, every once in a while I'd get two videos a week. I had a lot of stuff. I had a lot of movement, and we were putting a lot of stuff in. The editor I brought on board, he's been great. I hope you really enjoy a lot of the work he's done. Um, you know, but it still requires a lot of time and a lot of input, and requires a lot of finances to keep that going and keep that pace going. And even having cut down to one video a week, um, it's a lot, especially with the summer schedule, the summer load. At my company, I've been having to put a lot of time, a lot of investment, um, a lot of it's just a lot. It's a lot going on. It's a busy year. Anyway, so what I'm thinking I'm going to need to do for a little while is I'm probably going to move to a 3 to 4 week regular posting schedule of normal videos. I do still have some sponsored stuff I need to do. I've got some video projects already in the works that are going to be coming out. Um, but it's not going to be a routine weekly basis the way it has been for such a long time. And it's only temporary. I plan to get back to that schedule as soon as I can. I'm hoping by the end of the year I'll be in a spot where that's more realistic. Um, but right now, with the things that I need to do and some of the stuff that I want to create, I can't do it and still keep that schedule at the same time. And my biggest project I'm working on, really freaking excited about. I've been really wanting to get this thing out for a while. I wanted to actually have it launched back in the spring so that y'all had it access to it for this summer. And it's going to be something that's really going to help a lot of y'all troubleshoot this heavy side stuff better. Um, but obviously that didn't happen. Um, anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna be putting a lot of time focused on that. I'm also doing a lot of consultation stuff. So I got a lot of big consultation jobs going. Obviously, for anybody paying attention, I was in Massachusetts doing an in-person consultation up there. I've got a really big job up in Ontario, Canada. I'm helping some fellas up there right now. Uh, they had us put a central plant together, but it wasn't commissioned properly, and so it's taken a lot of time and working remotely. A lot of my nights are consumed by really supporting those guys, walking them through it, and just helping them analyze their system. It's one of those situations where the engineering team that designed the plant didn't didn't hand everything off properly, and then the controls sequence of what everything is supposed to do in the plant, your pressure differentials and all that, none of that was set up. There's no control sequence to go off of. So essentially, part of what I'm trying to do to help them is I'm having to kind of create one just based off of how they designed it to begin with. Anyway, my point is takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to do that kind of stuff, and that's the kind of stuff that I want to do in a long-term form is continue the education stuff, continue the trainings, continue all of those things, but really getting in with people who are in really bad situations and helping them find a way through it just by taking what I've had to go through in my career and helping them past their scenario. So yeah, so between the projects that I've got going that aren't video projects specifically, and the consultations and the tech support stuff, for those of you who are signed up on the tech support, I really appreciate y'all's patience. We've really been trying to keep up with it. Um, I know this we do good at times, and then we get into these spells where we got a lot happening, and we get a little delayed in response. It may be a couple of days or so before we actually get to your question. So I appreciate the patience there. Uh, we're gonna get better at it. Um, but in terms of how we do that, we get better at it by the things that we can be flexible on, like say having a constant weekly upload on a video, pulling that back and not not having to just keep that pace, because it takes a lot. It's hard to produce a video that one I'm happy with, because I don't want to put something out there just to have something out there. At the same time, be something that I think you'll actually care to watch. But anyway, so yeah, 3 to 4 week post schedule is what I'm considering right now for a little while. I do still plan to do routine live streams though, so we're still gonna do the live stream training. That's something that's managed by my company directly anyway, so that's something we do through the team. But outside of what I do with my company or the company I work for, when I say my company, the company I work for, um, I'm gonna do more live stream, just touch bases, general Q&A question opportunities, stuff like that, where we can get in here, we can discuss things and still be engaged with you guys. This doesn't require a ton of production effort or anything else like that. It's just me on my lunch break, sitting down with, Raising Cane's over here and just having a conversation. So we're going to do more of this, 'cause this is something that I want to do a lot more of, and it just hasn't well, again, just with everything going on, just hadn't happened. Um, I say me. 1 a week is probably too much on top of the regular work. Yeah. One every 3 weeks for a month is still okay. Yeah, I appreciate that, Sterling. It's tough. Just trying to balance it all, because you set expectations, and um, I want to uphold those expectations the best I can. Just keep helping. That's really my big thing. I just want to help. Um, do. Sorry, I'm just kind of catching up on the. Yeah, and that's one big thing about it is we're genuinely in a place where um, we are going to have to start rebuilding this trade. Uh, there there really aren't there really aren't that many people left in it that can do the the really high end stuff. And specifically, you start getting into the heavy side or the super niche specialties, even VRFs. It is shocking how few people can do VRFs, and there's a lot of people that try to take a swing at it. And more power to you. Like, please do. You need to get in there and learn it. But at the same time, some people go a little further than they probably should, and they create a nightmare for the customer, and they create a bad reputation for themselves in the process. Uh, at the same time, if you don't have anybody there to teach you and show you that has experience, how else do you learn? You have to trial by fire somehow. So it's a real dilemma, and that's one of the big things I'm pushing on my side is I want to start to create resources and to generate things that really help you guys in the field. And well, I'll tell you, one person I draw a ton of inspiration from is AC Service Tech with Craig Migliaccio. Pretty sure I said that right. Um, he's produced some incredible material for this for young people, for young tradesmen, for just the industry as a whole. And it's had a real impact on people's ability to get in this trade, do it correctly, and provide a good product to a customer, which then helps them grow as an individual. And I have my own ideas on how I could come alongside that same type of vision and help further that work that I see people like him have done. So those are kind of things that I've got in my head that I've been trying to work on. Um, so that, yeah, stuff's coming. I got stuff coming. I got stuff coming. Anyway, that was my main thing. I wanted to come on here, wanted to talk about uh just kind of where things are. There's not going to be a video this week. I've got one that we made a lot of progress on, but honestly, there's some things I want to do for it, and I want to make it better. And I decided that, you know what, just I can't make that video better and still make progress on these other things anymore. So um, yeah, so that just prompted me to do this today. Uh, yeah. Anyway, any questions? Questions? Let's see. Yeah, I've done a lot better. Ooh, by the way, talking about hydration, look what my wife made. I'm rebranding some things, by the way. So this is going to be a new logo coming out. So that's part of the projects. I've had the same logo and stuff I created from just some random free app on my phone back in the beginning, which was 5 years ago now. And I working through a process of just kind of refreshing and really just creating something I like better. Anyway, so my wife made this. This is not going to be for sale, but I freaking love this thing. It's pretty awesome. There's a people on Etsy that she designed this and then sent them to design, um, and then they actually made it. But they do these cups, and it's an actual Stanley brand. Obviously they're not really cheap, but um, turned out fantastic. I forget, man. I wish I remembered who it was on Etsy that she's doing. I'll look that up, and I'll pin a comment later today with who those people are, maybe a link to them. That way, if you're interested in trying to get through, trying to use them or have them do this, they may be able to help you out on that. And I'll put a pin on that so it holds it at the top of the comments feed. Um, yeah, no, I'm pumped about it. She did a fantastic job. Um, let's see. It should hear directly from a TXV. Yeah. Well, what's crazy about it? So she has no experience prior to this with Adobe Illustrator, and she went in and within a week taught herself Illustrator and uh, took a picture offline of a TXV, and then traced it, turned it into a clip art, and then she used that as clip art to build all these designs. And so she went through and um, this is kind of the overall theme without giving too much away, but this is the overall theme of the rebranding uh, that I'll be going through as time moves forward. I hope to have all that done by end of the year. You know, part of the rebranding stuff, part of some of the material I plan to release. It's shocking how many just little details, um, uh, how many just little details go into kind of producing that kind of stuff. Um, yeah. Anyway, so stealing the idea. So, yeah, Subco, they're pretty quick on that stuff. They'll jump on they'll jump on just about anything. Uh, I mean, more power to them though. They've got some really. There's been some. Uh, they've taken some really good things. Uh, and they've taken some good things, but it's that's been an interesting journey to kind of watch how was it Trade Fox had developed and uh just how that whole process has gone down, because I remember you heard about it every once in a while, but it wasn't that big of a thing for a long time, and now they've just blown up with people getting involved and designs and yeah. Uh, are you gonna have heating vids over the winter? Yes. No, I'll be shifting with the season with the content and stuff to try to keep it relevant, do some refresher type classes, and we'll be doing some of those classes for my team at APS. Um, so a lot of that stuff will be structured around them. Maybe do some troubleshoot style classes. Some of the live streams I'm working on trying to implement for training wise. It's going to not have to just focus on doing like refrigeration troubleshoots, but also create scenarios around like well, we did the airflow last time and trying to determine the economizer or the fire damper closure, right? So that kind of thing, and maybe do some similar scenarios around a gas heating system or electric heating troubleshoots, and how I can maybe create some graphics where we can do some electrical troubleshooting even um, through that same format and model. I gotta piece the puzzle together on how I do that. Again, that's part of the time I'm talking about that producing the videos has made difficult. Um, Add a tassel and a carabiner and sell it for. Well, I actually have considered, like I said, not this design, but um, taking and maybe working a deal with the people that made this to where uh, coming up with a design they could sell, and do something along those lines. I don't know, or maybe me coming up with a design that y'all may like in the field, and then having it printed. Because one of the things I thought was really cool is he's even got a little chiller. Look at that chiller. That is nifty. Anyway, coming up with something and maybe buying a bulk of them and then selling them that way. I did stop all the merch line stuff. Um, a while back. So if you go to my website, the stuff's not even active anymore. And I don't know. I didn't like the direction that it had gone. I didn't like what the merch and the T-shirts and all that had turned into. And I'm not trying to just put some random thing out there just for the sake of selling something. So um, in terms of merch ideas, that's the two biggest things I've really been thinking about. Is one, really getting a firm supplier for hats, like a proper one, and then just buying in bulk instead of, because the issue I had with the merch setup it was a on-demand system. So, and I didn't have the resources to invest in, you know, how I don't even know how much it would have cost me, but all it would have cost to have all that on hand and then ship it out as everything was ordered. Um, Instead, everything was made on demand. And I mean, shoot, it would take 3, 4 weeks to get some of those products out. And just the company that was managing that, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was working like it should have. So I backed out of it. Um, a camo hat. That's an idea. I didn't consider a camo hat, but so yeah, the hats definitely like I love these hats and re-strategizing how I push these, and then my wife doing this really gave me the idea of this may be something that a lot of y'all might actually be interested in. These Stanley Cups I know are fairly popular, um, so that might actually yeah, just ideas, things to work on. Anyway, I'm gonna call that. I need to wrap up my eating, and I got a YK centrifugal I got to get to. They're waiting on me. So appreciate the support, everybody, and appreciate the flexibility and just the growth. This channel, none of this was ever supposed to be all of this. It was I never really saw any of this becoming what it is, from the tech support to the consultations to just all the things that we're working on. But it's I'm glad it's here, and I think it's something that I, we can really we can really change things for the better. We can really make a lot of people's lives better. That's one big thing I'm really looking at is this trade has done a lot for me. It's done a lot for my family. It's provided me opportunities that weren't supposed to be there. I'm just a GED kid who barely made it through trade school, and I've created a real life. And I think there's a lot of other um, I think there's a lot of other kids out there today who are in a very similar situation to me, who need the right push at the right time. Uh, anyway, we'll get there. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Oh, I do see a old and used cave caveman tool. Should have seen it and in my plier right now. Yeah, caveman tools. Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. I'm gonna call that. Appreciate it.